I'm going to start by telling you a story of something that happened recently, actually. It was right before the mic drop submissions were coming in, and I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to do anything? I don't have anything to say. But then we had a day come in. Well, day obviously started, but it was a Wednesday, and I was at work, and I was done with my surgeries early. So I was sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden comes a little rap, tap, tap at the door, right? And in walks my assistant manager, who is the most positive person you've ever met in your life. And you all need to hire somebody like this. Like, she comes in and she's like, hey, how you doing, Dr. Alicia? I'm like, good, Laura, what's up? She's like, well, you rocked out surgeries today. Thank you, thanks. She's like, I need you to keep being a rock star, right? Oh, good. I said, well, I don't know if I can be a rock star, but I can be a superhero. So I got this awesome cape that I'm going to wear now. So I said to her, what do we got going on here, Laura? What do we need? She goes, well, we need your expertise, right? Fantastic. I can do this. What dog ate what? And what do I need to cut it out of, right? So she said, well, it's not really a person or a dog that we're having the problem with. It's a client. And she's up front. Okay, so I don't need my scalpel. I need a different tool, right? Okay. So I said, all right, I can do this. Tell me what's going on. So there are two women up front, a daughter and her elderly mother. I said, okay. They have a pet with them. Okay, great. The pet's deceased. The dog is dead. All right, tell me about that. Well, it's an older patient of ours, been in heart failure for years. Was really sick. All right, understandable. Let's figure out what we have to do with this. So then she said, well, I said, Laura, just cut to the chase. She said, well, the dog died 4 months ago, and the woman keeps taking it out of the freezer every day to pet it and kiss it and tell it she loves it, and puts it back in the freezer. Next tool. So, imagine then, because I'm already a superhero. So imagine from the next cubicle, my associate standing in his Thor-like superhero powers with his hair bristling in the breeze, and he says in this husky, masculine, deep voice, oh yeah, I'm out, that's all you. Perfect. All right. So Laura's like, so what we gonna do? And I was like, I don't know. Let me go talk, right? So I go up front, and we've got an 85-year-old woman who's sobbing, right? And there's this frozen, half-thawed, dead dog on the table, and she's on it, and her daughter's like, my mother's losing it, I don't know what to do. And I walked in, and they said, skills that I've learned. I said, hey, can you tell me what's going on? Nothing that you say in here is wrong. I just need to know what is happening so I can just, maybe we can find a solution to this problem. But not a problem, it's your dog, but you can't keep doing this. Well, she had every intention of doing this. And, it turns out this dog is the last thing that this woman had in her house, right? And her husband just died 2 months earlier, before the dog died, which is why the dog was still in the freezer. And the daughter had been trying to help her, bury the dog, but she just wouldn't listen to her daughter. And so finally they said, we're gonna go to the professionals. And the professionals that they thought of were the veterinarian, right? So, because there was a dog involved. So I said, all right, got it. I'll be right back. And I walked out, and I looked at all my staff who were just standing there. And I assessed them quickly, and I walked away. And I came back, and one of my clients who's now friends with me is a funeral director, and he had given me a book that had jewelry. And it was imprints of noses and imprints of paws, and you could do the ashes. And it was a way to keep this woman's dog close to her, which is all she wanted. She wanted it with her. And so I walked in there, and we went over that. We made some tattoo prints, and everything was great. Well, I mean, she was just super, super excited about this. Her daughter was very grateful that we did this. Her son called us later to talk about this. The woman came back in crying later to thank us for not judging her. And as I walked out of the door of the exam room, when I had finished that, I looked at my staff, absolutely expecting to see like crazy reactions from them, right? And they were sad. They showed compassion to this. They did not judge. And I was astounded. I was so proud because this could have gone so badly, right? So judgment's a funny thing. And the older I get, the more I realize that. I've been talking with Lauren here, and we've discussed this, and she said something that actually really resonated with me. You know, judgment is an evolutionary. We are programmed to judge. Think of the little deer who walks into the field, who has to decide, is this safe? Two wolves come up to each other, and they have to instantly decide if they're going to attack or eat each other's babies, or they're the pack. They have to decide what's going on there. And so another evolutionary thing that we've just developed is our intelligence, right? And our intelligence allows us not to override that snap judgment and to use our intelligence to assess. And especially as scientific-minded people in here, we assess. We look for all of the information. We gather it. We are open-minded. We try to see the big picture. And that is something that I was so excited that I was able to have my staff learn. And I, like I said, I was surprised because it's so easy. It was such a crazy day with that. But there's an epidemic that I see happening that pains me greatly, and it is the us versus them of the clients and the staff. And it physically makes me ill. The more I come to Uncharted, the more I talk to you guys, the more I hear this, the sicker I get with it. And I sit there, and I wonder what we can do about it. And I understand. I mean, when people are calling, it makes your day harder. It makes the staff's days harder. I mean, what makes them say, like, oh, this woman's a wackadoo, or this guy's got the intelligence of a kumquat, which is a fruit. So, we just have to kind of go over, and as leaders, we just have to make sure that we don't do those things. And the more, even if you think you're banging your head against the wall and nobody is listening, eventually they are listening. And it's something that really resonated with me, that day. I guess the other thing, and those of you who know me know that I try very hard to be positive. And I have realized in letting go of my judgments and allowing myself to assess that the negativity associated with the judgment is a lighter weight, like it's gone. And positivity is just, it's easier. It's hard to get to it, but it's easier to feel with that. So there's a meme that I like, and I think of it often. And it says, surround yourself with the people who make you want to be the best you can be. And to me, I want to be a better me, and to be with people who allow me to be a better me, that's a great feeling. And so what I challenge everyone to be, and what I try to be, is the person that causes other people to be the best that they can be. So there you go. That's my mic drop. I don't have a really good ending, but I can do this.